Greetings, gentlemen. I'm not sure what to call this video. It's not really an update video. We'll call this an informative video because I want to address a few things, and I don't know if I can address them adequately, but I think there is a state of misunderstanding when it comes to Rumble versus YouTube and just the state of the channel in general. So let me address the elephant in the room. Yes, I don't really post on YouTube anymore. And I thought that people knew why this was the case, but apparently they don't, or if they do, they're just ignoring that. I post exclusively on Rumble now, and the reasons why I do that are severalfold. One, I have no issues with censorship on Rumble. I can say and describe things the way I want. Number two, Rumble has not completely demonetized my channel versus YouTube. Number three, YouTube is just a risky platform to be on. Unless you're going to be talking about kittens and puppies, there are a lot of risks. But there's some weird stuff going on with that. Now, for those of you who don't know, apparently you've been living under a rock and followed me and been subbed to me for a long time. Last year, YouTube destroyed my channel. They banned it. They deleted it. They got rid of it. As a consequence, I had to, or I wouldn't say had to, I decided to employ a lawyer. It cost me thousands and thousands of dollars, USD, to convert the currency so it's easier to understand. And as a consequence of that, my channel was reinstated. Mind you, it cost me thousands and thousands of dollars to get my channel reinstated after it being completely deleted for bunk BS reasons. And I still had 2 strikes on the channel, which is to say the lawyers in question couldn't get rid of all the strikes. They could just get it reinstated. The reason why it was reinstated was because YouTube was threatened with a lawsuit and they didn't want to bother with that. Okay, so far so good. That cost me thousands. I lost a lot of money just to get the channel back after it had been deleted from YouTube by YouTube for made-up reasons. At the same time, as you can see on the screen, YouTube has completely demonetized the channel and has done so since roughly September of last year. Also for fabricated reasons, very specifically, as you can see, the claim that I am using other people's content for my own. As most of you know, I guess virtually all of you, I don't do reaction content, meaning I don't use other people's content, full stop, period. That just doesn't happen. So the claim on the face of it is completely made up. It's fabricated. It's not real. I have appealed this multiple times, 3 times so far. Every time they reject it. Why? Because they're urging me to change what I am doing so as to no longer be in violation of the YouTube rules. The problem here, gentlemen, is very simple. If you were not doing anything wrong in the first place, how can you cease and desist doing the thing that you were not doing wrong? It's like telling somebody who's never stolen anything to stop stealing. I have not committed the crime they are accusing me of. I did not take other people's content. I am not making use of reused content. The content is exclusively mine. Again, look at what it claims. Look at what it says on the screen. And as I said just before, YouTube is highly censorious. I cannot speak the way I am inclined to speak. It's very difficult for me to even swear occasionally, let alone describe things that are quote unquote controversial. Now, in theory, you might be able to get away with this. And the weird thing is there are a lot of channels on YouTube that constantly violate TOS, terms of service, by being overtly racist, by saying things that they're not supposed to say, etc., etc. And yet, they remain on the platform. The only reason as to why that might be possible is because they generate a lot of ad revenue for YouTube, if I had to guess. I'm not sure. So YouTube basically has throttled and killed my channel. And even after wasting thousands of dollars getting it back reinstated, it's effectively dead. Because here's another side effect when it comes to demonetization. When your channel is demonetized and not earning money, the algorithm changes and you get fewer views in total, which is to say less traffic is directed towards your channel. So YouTube has done everything it can, including getting rid of my channel completely, which required legal action, and completely demonetizing it, predicated and based on lies, and has basically ground traffic to a halt due to the combination of demonetization and, yes, my own actions of not posting fully fledged videos, which I admit to, obviously. Rumble was a solution that people have been urging me to engage in for many years. And I decided to go there. And I think in many ways, it's inferior to YouTube in terms of accessibility, in terms of efficiency, in terms of many things and features. But I am allowed to post there, and I am allowed to say the things I want to say without fear of being struck down by some ethereal authorities, in this case, bots. I've appealed multiple times to remonetize my channel, and you know the response I get? They say, this could take up to a month or two. And the response comes in less than a day, always with the same old BS. Stop stealing other people's content. Well, I'm not doing that in the first place, so I can't stop doing something I never did in the first place. Now, there's some quandaries that have emerged from this. Brazilians, that is, denizens of Brazil, cannot view Rumble. Their government in February of 2025, for a variety of reasons, banned Rumble from the country. I'm very sorry about that. If people are interested, remain interested in my content from Brazil, I guess the only thing I could suggest in this regard is to use a VPN. There's not much I can do about it. But then there are other people in the comment section who are accusing me of pulling stunts. What stunt am I pulling here exactly? Again, YouTube destroyed my channel. They deleted it from the platform. I took my own money, paid a law firm thousands of dollars to get it back, to achieve very little. I still cannot earn money on Thinking-Ape. It's permanently demonetized as far as I can tell. And for these reasons, as well as other reasons, I have migrated to Rumble. Like I said, I am not constrained. On YouTube, you never know what will trigger the bots, which are AI largely. What is the wrong thing to say? What is not the wrong thing to say? YouTube is a terrible platform. Now, hypothetically, and this is something I have entertained, possibly, I consider simply creating a new channel and working from there and building it back up. Because for all intents and purposes, Thinking-Ape has been destroyed. I cannot grow the channel. It's impossible to earn money with the channel. And therefore, it makes the most sense, in theory, to create a new channel, which itself would face all the same issues, but even more issues than Thinking-Ape. Because for the same reason that nobody really goes to Rumble, although I'll talk about some people who have gone to Rumble, when you transition and try to create a new channel, very few people make the migration. Very few people decide to make the transition because of reasons. Sometimes they're not aware. Mostly it's just down to lack of interest and laziness. That's fine. That's just human nature. But I do want to thank the people who actually have migrated to Rumble. Many people had encouraged me to go to Rumble. I'm there now as a matter of reality and survival, so to speak, for my content. And I understand that people are just disinterested and too lazy and can't be bothered. That's just human nature. But what does bother me is this accusation, this idea that I'm pulling a stunt. There's no stunt here. Again, unless you want to foot future lawyer bills, I'm not pulling any stunt. There was the possibility offered to me to press a lawsuit based on the monetization, but there was no guaranteed outcome. It would have been maybe a 50-50 outcome. Sue YouTube on the basis of money lost due to the demonetization, blah, 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 and then hope that the court's decision would be in my favor. But either way, I would have to foot the bill. And ultimately, I decided against that, just not worth the risk, because I'm not exactly rich. So this is basically a quandary. YouTube is a horrible platform. It is very limited in what you can say, and the randomness of the rules is just beyond comprehension. You never know if what you're saying is correct or incorrect, and for that reason, I just don't really know what to do. I would prefer to upload on both platforms, to be perfectly honest, but then I would have to edit some of my content for swearing and other things I say that are unsavory in the eyes of YouTube. Because one thing I don't want to do is have my channel deleted out of existence again. That fiasco cost me way too much, and I have no idea why it was deleted out of existence in the first place. So for the people who have migrated to Rumble and support me there and otherwise vis-a-vis Patreon or PayPal, I'm super grateful. You guys are amazing. And for those of you who can't be bothered with Rumble and what have you, I get it too. Human nature, it's lazy, whatever. It's fine. There's nothing I can do about that. And I will consider maybe starting a quote-unquote new channel. But even in that case, I couldn't transfer my content to the new channel. Why? Because I would be accused of plagiarism again there, even though it's my content, blah, blah, blah. YouTube is just a bad platform. It's not bad for you as a consumer. Sure, it's convenient, but for a content creator, it's not very good, other than in terms of its features. It is a big, technically flexible platform that allows you to do a lot of different things. Rumble lacks many of these features, but it is what it is. So I'm not really sure. As I said, the best case scenario is to just create a new YouTube channel and then start uploading there. But again, all the constraints that affect Thinking-Ape would be there too. Whether it comes to swearing, whether it comes to saying unsavory things that are risky or in violation potentially of TOS. And then the unpredictable AI bots that flagged my channel in the first place and just lied and claimed I'm stealing other people's content. So what would you have me do? If you have solutions that I'm not aware of, feel free to offer them. But the reality is that at the moment, and probably for the foreseeable future, Rumble is the best option because YouTube has not been kind to me and they've basically killed my channel. And there's nothing I can do about it. I have tried. I'm not made of money. I can't just hire endless lawyers to get things done. If I could, I probably would do it. So it is what it is, I guess. But again, I will not brook the claim that I am pulling a stunt. There are no stunts here. Be aware of the state of the channel and what has happened. And if you don't have a solution, maybe you shouldn't accuse me of pulling stunts. Anyway, I guess I'll check you out on Rumble and maybe in the future on a different channel. I don't know. What you choose to do is up to you. I don't have any control over your actions. Do what you want. If you want to support me, which is really appreciated, you can migrate to Rumble. You can join my Patreon. You can donate to PayPal. You can just, again, create a Rumble account. It's not that hard if you're allowed to. I know Brazilians have a restriction, but what else can I say or do? That is the state of affairs as it stands now, and it is what it is.